Hi guys. Uh, Beautiful day in Georgia, and let's do some chair yoga together. So today's class is I call it fall prevention class. Um, and in teaching chair yoga, I've realized that probably the number one thing that we lose as we get older is our balance. And so with that goes our self confidence and our independence. Because if you can't trust yourself, people can't trust you to be balanced, then really you can't maintain your independence in life. So this practice is all about gathering back up that balance, um, and building a foundation of balance that is sustainable and that we can continue to build on throughout this practice. Um, so, with that being said, let's start. If you find, by the way, there's lots of leaf litter, lots of bird sounds out here. So, if you guys enjoy the classes outside down by the lake, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up for this kind of class. Um, but yeah, if you have any injuries or anything like that, and you're worried about this being appropriate for your body or your injuries, then feel free to contact me directly. And you can always check in with your primary care physician to see if it's safe for you. So in today's class, we're going to be working our legs, our core, and also connecting with our breath. So let's start. Setting your feet up in the neutral position. Feet are hip width apart, knees are coming out from the hips, and they're right above the ankles. So every time I say come into the neutral position, this is neutral for chair yoga. Okay. So we're going to come into the neutral position and just let the hands rest on the thighs gently. Elbows come in alongside the rib cage. Feel your butt bones equally weighted down into your seat, grounding you down. Feel your feet connecting with the earth. I recommend taking your shoes off for today's practice and for all chair yoga practice. Um, but if you collapse on the inner arch or something like that and you need that extra support, then of course use shoes. So we're going to come into this comfortable neutral position, gently close the eyes, and take a few deep. We always enter the yoga practice with this ritualistic entering of the practice because it is a sacred practice. It's so much more than just exercising. We're practicing bringing the mind and body together, and anytime you're doing that, that's a very sacred practice. So take sacred deep breaths, entering the practice, releasing anything that's happening in your week. Maybe you've been getting caught up in some social media drama, or you're having angst at being locked at home by yourself. Whatever's going on, go ahead and let go of that and come to the practice, just you and your breath. We're not trying to control anything, we're just observing. Notice the quality of your breath. Does it feel deep and even? Does it feel shallow and restricted? Are there edges to your breath? Take a couple more deep breaths. Notice if you're holding any tension in the body. See if you can let that go with your exhale. So the theme for today, as your reminder, is balance. So this is a fall prevention class. So the theme for today is balance. And that can mean whatever you want it to mean. So maybe it means balance in your life. Maybe means balancing on one foot. It can mean many different things. So let's all take one more deep breath, exhale it all the way out. And then let's begin by bringing the hands down. So we're going to place the left hand on the bottom, right hand on top. Going to inhale, soften the pelvic floor, let the arms come out wide, keep the shoulders down. And then exhale, bring the hands together. Top right hand creates a fist, and then tone up. You want to feel your pelvic floor lift from your pubic bone to your belly button. Inhale to open it back up. As you exhale, tone those muscles. So when you have to stop peeing, those are the muscles, your cremaster muscles. You want to squeeze them tight. And then inhale, soften and release. Fill the belly with air. Exhale, tone it up. Couple more. Much of our balance comes from the pelvic floor, comes from the psoas. We're going to add a couple more movements to this to really locate that psoas. 3 more. Go at a pace that feels right for you. Exhale it all the way out. Inhale to open up, arms come overhead. As you exhale, I want you to pull from your pelvic floor. Pull those arms down and lift the left knee up. Just drop the elbows down. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, bring those elbows down. Pull that right knee up. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, squeeze it in tight. Inhale, open up. Exhale, squeeze it in. You want to feel these muscles along the sides of your stomach engaging. Keep going, take it nice and slow, make it a sustainable practice. We're going to be doing lots of moving in today's class. So if you need to take a break at any point, listen to your body. Starting to build some heat. Maybe. Couple more deep breaths. See if you can lift that knee without collapsing in your lower back. The tendency is we roll onto the sacrum, keep the butt bones reaching down, and just engage those hip flexors to draw that knee up. Stay with it. One more on each side. Exhale, bring it in nice and tight and anchor the fingers around that knee. So we're going to pull the knee in tight, take a couple deep breaths. See if you can pull along the center line. And if this hurts your ribs or hurts your belly, then come out along the edge of the stomach. But if not, see if you can come through that center line and just lift right up to meet your sternum. Keep feeling your butt bones grounding you down. Shoulders are back, soft from the ears. One more deep breath and release. Inhale to open up. Exhale, bring that right knee up in and pull it up through the center line. Take a couple deep breaths here. Squeeze it in tight. Keep the shoulders soft. Notice if you're holding any tension in your face. One more deep breath. Exhale to release. Inhale back up. Same thing. Go right back into it. Nice tall spine. Feel where the strength comes from to lift that knee up. Become very mindful, very deliberate in your movements. Connect your movements to your breath. One more. Exhale, squeeze it in tight. This time we're going to reach behind the thigh. So we're going to reach behind the thigh, pull that knee up in nice and tight. Pay attention to your right leg. Don't let it get wonky. Keep it in line. You're grounding through the right toes, pressing down into the floor. Make sure the weight is evenly distributed in your butt bones. Soften the shoulders back. Squeeze those elbows in along your rib cage. So we're going to point the toes. We're going to inhale, kick it up. Now, if you can straighten your leg all the way, that's good for you. But this is a pretty intense pose. So we're going to inhale, kick up. Inhale, kick up. And you can connect this breath if you want to, or just try to do as many of these as possible. We're going to do about 10. Kick up. Kick up, straightening that leg out as much as possible. Remember not to roll onto the sacrum. Keep lifting up to the top of your head, decompressing the lower back. One more, kicking it up, and let the foot come back down. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it up in tight. Reach behind the thigh on the right side. Pay attention to grounding through that left foot. Point the right toes, and kick. Take your time. You might get a little popping at first or something. Now, this is a really good pose for your knees. It's a really good pose for the entire joint of the knee. So I highly recommend that you do these on your own outside of this practice. Make sure you're lifting up to the top of your head. 2 more. And come on down. Good. Inhale up and exhale. Lift that left knee up. Inhale up. Exhale, pull it up and tight. Exhale it in. Couple more. Squeeze from your core, pull from the core. Lots of mindful movement. Connect to your breath. One more. Exhale, pull it in tight. Anchor the hands around that knee one more time. This time we're just going to gently rock it side to side. Pulling it in. You need to release a little bit to swing that knee around. Do what feels right for you. Make sure that it feels good in your body. And then just come back to center. Inhale up. Exhale, bring that right knee in. Pull it in tight and rock it out. We're going to be doing a lot of action in the knees and the hips today, so this is just a little warm up for those muscles, for those joints. And then find your way back to center. Good. So we're going to inhale the arms up in the neutral position. Exhale, extending forward halfway. Round down through the feet. Keep your butt bones planted on your seat. Extend out through the top of the head. Arms are in line with the ears. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, reach for the floor. And inhale, come up with a strong back. Feel your thighs engage as you come up. And exhale to the heart. Inhale out and up. Exhale, extend forward halfway. Again, engage your thigh muscles. Grip the floor with your feet. You want to feel the ball of your big toe fully connecting with the floor. Keep your knees in line with your hips. Right over the ankles. Tuck the chin to lengthen through the back of the neck. One more deep breath. And exhale to release. Inhale, coming right back up. Exhale to the heart. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, extend forward halfway. We're going to hold this a little bit longer today. Really press down into your feet so your butt becomes light on your seat. Tuck your chin. Keep those arms alongside the ears. Engage your upper back muscles. Shoulder blades are gently squeezing to center. Stay with it. Couple more breaths. Feel the heat starting to build in your core. Feel your quads engaging, pressing into the toes. One more deep breath. Exhale to the floor. Inhale back up. And exhale to the heart. Good. All right, so we're going to widen the feet a little bit wider. I have my yoga mat set up, and I highly recommend that you guys use a yoga mat. The benefits are that it's softer on the feet, softer on the joints when you're standing, but also it keeps your seat from moving, and it's a nice gauge of your alignment, okay? All right, so I'm opening my feet up to the outside edges of my mat, and that is essentially 1.5 feet apart. Make sure that your knees are facing the same direction as your toes for this, okay? So we're gonna inhale the arms up, and then exhale, bend from the hips. Let your butt softly lift from your seat. Plant your hands, and inhale, lift the butt all the way up, straightening the legs out. On the exhale, sit back down, and inhale back up. Exhale to the heart. Good. Let's do about 5 of these. So inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale to sit. Inhale to rise. Exhale to the heart. 4 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold from the hips. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to the heart. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, straighten the legs. Exhale, sit back down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, straighten the legs. Exhale, sit down. Inhale up. Exhale to the heart. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand. And hang out there for a moment. So connect with your feet. If you need to bend your knees to soften the pressure on your lower back, listen to what your body needs. Release the back of your neck and just hang out there for a moment. Take a couple deep breaths. Try to get your head below your heart. all different reasons why we want to do this, but for now, just go ahead and follow along. Try to get your head down below your heart. If your mind begins to race, bring your thoughts back to your breath. So I'll take one more deep inhale and exhale. Sit the butt down and inhale the arms up. Exhale to the heart. Good. So we're going to keep the feet where they're at. Bring the arms out, creating airplane arms, I guess. We're going to roll the shoulders back, looping them onto the back. Rotate those thumbs back to open the shoulder joint. So on the inhale, we're going to stand. Palms overhead. Exhale, slowly sitting down. If you have shoulder problems, bring the shoulders down and just palms up, straight out from the shoulders, and then exhale, slowly sitting down. Take your time. The other nice thing about having the yoga mat is that my chair does not move when I stand up. So let's inhale up. Exhale, slowly sitting down. Take your time. Make sure that your knees are tracking with your toes. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly sitting down. Take your time. Lots of control. Inhale to rise. Exhale, slowly sitting down. Feel your core engage as you stand, and feel your core engage as you sit. You can't help but feel your core engage as you sit. Those muscles that we use, the pelvic floor muscles, keep them slightly toned. Inhale to rise. Exhale, slowly sitting down. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take your time. Now I'm just showing you guys variations with my arms. Your arms can be high overhead or they can be down low, whatever feels right to you. Last one. So let's inhale up. Let's sit in quarter of the way. And then let's bring some movement into it. Rock the hips side to side. You can get as crazy as you want. You're at home by yourself. Hopefully nobody's judging you. Take another deep breath. Let's sit in a little bit deeper. Rock those hips out. Bring some core strength, some control to the movements. Let it feel good. Put a gentle smile on your face. Let's sit in a little bit deeper, coming back to center, and then rock it out. Now, if you can sit all the way down so that your thighs are parallel with the floor, really stick your butt back, drop your weight into your heels, hold it for one more deep breath, and then exhale. Sit on down. Good. So let's bring the feet back into a neutral position while I catch my breath. All right. So we're going to come back into this neutral position. Yeah, right. So planting the left foot. Make sure that the knee doesn't splay out. We're just going to keep it in line with the ankle. Hands come back alongside the hips. We're not pulling down. The tendency is people want to grip when they do this and they kind of pull and compress their spine. If anything, press down into the palms, into the heel of the palm, and decompress. So you want to pull your shoulders onto your back, engage your upper back, engage the shoulder girdle, and let's begin. So we're going to extend the right foot. On the inhale, extend the leg, draw the toes back, pulling that kneecap up into the femur. And then exhale, point and come down. Inhale, up, draw the toes back. Exhale, point and come down. Now you do not have to hold on to your chair if you want to go a little bit crazier. You can bring the arms up. So as you inhale, bring the foot forward, try to reach for your toes. Exhale, come on down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 5 more. Inhale and exhale. Stay with it. Listen to your body. If you need to stop, take a break. Try not to collapse in the lower back. Keep reaching up through the top of your head. Notice how I kind of slump in the lower back to reach. That's not what we want to go for. We want to keep a tall spine. Last one. Exhale. Squeeze it up tight. Hold it and breathe. Stay with it. Arms can be out. They can be up. Back with the airplane arms. One more deep breath. Feel it heating up. And exhale. Come on down. Get that thigh out a little bit. Get the lactic acid out of it. And switch sides. So plant your right foot. Extend the left leg. Hands come back. Always start from this foundation position. So we're going to point the toes. On the inhale, come up, draw the toes back, and then exhale down. Now, the nice thing about the bent knee, where it's at, is it kind of gives you a gauge of where you want to go to. So once your knees are at the same height, that's a good height to get to. Now, if you can't reach there today, don't worry about it. Just do what you can. So inhale up, exhale, point and come down. Let's bring the arms up for this. Inhale up, reach for the toes. Exhale down. Inhale and exhale. Couple more. Stay with it. Two more. Last one. Lift it up, hold it and breathe. Arms can be in whatever variation feels good to you, but find a pose that feels strong. Let's hold it for one more long, deep breath and exhale. Come on down. Eat that thigh out. So we're going to bring the feet into center. Toes are going to touch, and then draw the toes up underneath your chair. So your heels should lift. We're just going to gently flap the knees, I guess, just to kind of relax the muscles that we just used. Take your time. And then come back to a neutral position. So we're going to extend the right foot and just roll it out. If you want to lift your foot up off the ground, that's fine. You can keep the heel touching the ground if that feels better. But we're just going to roll the ankle out. Do not rush past this. So I can never emphasize enough the importance of the ankles. People think, oh, just, those ankles. I don't even know if they think about their ankles, actually. So people go through life with very little thought of these wonderful ankles. But once your ankle is giving you problems, and there's so many little bones in there that are articulating, there's so many little muscles doing all these amazing movements, that once one little thing goes wrong, it's over. So let's really put a lot of attention and love into our feet, rolling it out both directions. Take your time. Let's point and flex a couple times. And feel the muscles up along the shin bone. Feel those muscles flexing as you draw the toes back. And as you point, feel the muscles at the back of the leg, the calf muscles, as they engage. A couple more. And then just come on down. So plant the right foot, extend the left leg, same thing. So we're just going to lift up slightly and roll it out. Take your time. You can really activate your toes when you're doing this. Notice all the sensations that come with this movement. Maybe you haven't moved your ankles like this in a while, and so you're going to have some kind of queer sensations come up in the ankles, maybe a little popping, a little grinding, and that's okay. We're trying to get these feet and ankles, hips, lower back, we're trying to get it all working the way it should be. Take your time rolling it out. Make sure to go both directions if you haven't switched directions. I find that I'm very habitual. We're all very habitual. So I end up going in one pattern. I have to consciously tell myself, okay, go both directions. All right, so we're going to point and flex. So point, feel the calf engage, and flex. Feel the muscles along the shin engage. Point and flex. A couple more, just like this. So often when we get weakness in the ankles, that then translate into pain in the knees. Obviously pain in the ankles, but you really want to take care of these little muscles, because when the little muscles go, then you start having much larger issues in the legs. One more flex and point and come on down. Let's bring the feet in one more time. Draw the toes up close to each other, heels are touching, and just flap it out. Your butt should be up near the edge of your seat, so this should not be difficult. Just flap it out. And then come back to center. So we're going to plant the feet hip width apart, or slightly wider, but ideally hip width apart. Bring the arms back, Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, bend from the hips, bring your arms up high behind you. Inhale back up. Exhale, bring the arms high behind you. Tuck the chin to lengthen through the back of the neck. Inhale, lift up. Exhale in. Inhale, lift. Exhale in. One more. Deep inhale up. Exhale in. Bending in. Roll those shoulders onto your back. Thumbs are rotating back so the shoulder joint is open. Palms should be facing out away from you to either side. Now, people tend to kind of rest their belly or their ribs onto their thighs. Pull the belly in. Lift the belly, lift the rib cage away from the thighs. Keep the knees engaged, keep the legs engaged, directly in line with your hips. We're going to take one more deep breath. Exhale it all the way out. On the inhale, pay attention to your knees, track with your toes, and stand. And then exhale, slowly come down. Take your time. Lots of control. Go to a pace that feels good to you. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly coming down. Now, if you don't need your arms to swing with you, that's perfectly fine. You can go with whatever pose feels right to you. Your arms can be out, facing up overhead. Now, you'll notice if your arms are overhead, it's going to take a lot more core engagement. So make sure to do this in stages. If you can't walk tomorrow because you pushed too hard today, well, then there's no point in pushing hard today. So let's make sure we can all still move and groove tomorrow. Stay with it, connecting your movements to your breath, lots of control. 3 more. Inhale up, exhale, slowly sitting down. Pay attention to your knees. Make sure that your knees are tracking with your toes. I tend to see a lot of this where a knee flops out to the side as people come down, or wings in. Make sure that they're nice and strong and straight. Let's all do one more deep breath up, and then exhale. Let's sit in a little bit. Engage your core. Pelvis floor is lifted and toned. Feel the belly button pulled into your spine. Now, as you sit your weight back into your heels, try to sit your butt way back behind you. If you're putting too much pressure on your lower back, then reach the tailbone slightly down so that it takes that curve out of your lower back a little bit. So we're going to stay here. See if we can put a little groovy movement into it. Bring it back to center. See if we can sit in a little bit deeper. Listen to your body if you need to come out of the pose. Weight is in the heels. Knees are tracking with the toes. Bring a little movement into it. Feel those quads engaging. Come back to center. Let's sit in a little bit deeper. Sit in as deep as you feel comfortable this time. Strong core. See if we can lift the upper body straight up. Take one more deep breath. And then exhale. Sit on down. Good job. All right. So we're going to bring the legs back in last time. Bring the toes together. The ball of the big toes should be touching. Heels are touching. And we're just going to gently flap it out. When you're ready, bring it back to center. All right, so some nice cat-cows. So we're really focusing on this lower part of the body today. Normally I emphasize bringing the cat-cow movement up into the thoracic. Today we're going to emphasize bringing it down into the lumbar region. So be really mindful. Make sure that what you're doing is not injuring yourself. Make sure that it feels good in your body. Bring the hands to the knees. We're going to pull the heart forward slightly till we feel the lower back stretching a little bit. Want to keep the butt bones reaching back. Tailbone is slightly lifted behind you. If this doesn't feel good in your body, just go ahead and reach that tailbone down. All right, so let's start with the cat-cows. So we're going to inhale, soften the belly, point that tailbone back, lift your heart and chin. As you exhale, pull the belly button in, scoop the tailbone under, and reach your shoulders forward. Inhale, emphasizing the movement in the lower back. And exhale. Deep breathing. Try to keep your spine as strong and long as possible. If anchoring the hands onto the knees doesn't feel groovy for you, let them slide free. This is your practice. You do whatever feels right in your body. If you notice that your knees being in line with your hips doesn't feel good, see what it feels like to widen them out a little bit, letting your weight drop to the outside edges of your feet. Maybe that feels a little bit better for some of you. Couple more. Maybe close your eyes so that you can really visualize that wonderful movement in your spine. Connect down, root down. Make sure that you're connecting with your pelvic floor when you breathe. Tone up the pelvic floor as you exhale. One more deep breath, drawing the heart forward. Point the tailbone back. Exhale it all the way out. Squeeze the breath out and inhale back up to center. So we're going to bring both knees into center now. And from here, we're going to extend the right leg. Make sure your butt bones are right up on the edge of your seat, or this is not going to feel comfortable in the backs of your legs. So first, we're going to bring the feet together. Toes are touching, and then the right leg is going to extend. So bring the hands forward onto that left knee. The right leg is extending down, toes are drawn back. If this feels comfortable for you, if not, you can release the leg. By drawing the toes back, you're going to be lengthening out the back of the leg. Make sure that your weight, your energy, I should say, is being driven out through the bottom of the heel. So look at the difference between this and this, where I'm driving the energy down out of the heel. Good. So let's take a deep breath. Point that tailbone back. On the exhale, slowly fold it in. Keep the heart lifted as you drop in. When you feel like, oh, I can't go any further without bending your back, then just take a deep breath, and on the exhale, fold in. Let your body soften into the pose. If you can reach your toes, great. If not, no big deal. You can also use a belt or a strap so that you can really grab onto those toes. If you want to reach behind the leg, go for it. Keep the right leg extended, driving the energy out through the heel, drawing the toes back, giving the back of that leg a nice stretch. Listen to your body. Take your time, close your eyes maybe, settle into the pose. We're just getting ourselves warmed up for the next part of the practice, which is going to be a little bit more intense. As you breathe, see if your body can melt in a little bit more. One more deep breath. Exhale, reaching past your toes. And then inhale, coming up nice and slow, pressing away from the bent knee, and switch sides. So plant your right toes, extend the left leg, drive the energy down through that left heel, drawing the toes back. Feel that kneecap connect with the femur. Hands come forward onto the knee. This is just a suggestion. If this doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. Make sure your butt bones are right up against the edge of your seat. It'll start giving you pain if you don't do this. All right, so point the tailbone back, lift the heart, shoulders are back, take a deep breath. On the exhale, bend from the hip crease, keeping the heart lifted as you drop in. Notice the tension is really intense along the backside of that left leg. So you want to come in till your body says, okay, no more. Then take a nice deep breath and then exhale. Let the body fold in. Rib cage drapes over that thigh. Release the back of your neck. If you can reach your toes, great. No big deal if you can't. Again, using a strap or a belt can really help in these postures. Keep drawing the toes back, straightening out the leg, driving energy out through that left heel. And soften into the pose. See if you can gently relax into this pose a little bit more. Bring a balance of softness and density or strength with kind of relaxing in the poses is a really great way to approach your yoga poses. Let's all take one more deep breath. Exhale, past the toes. And inhale, coming up slowly. Take your time. Good. So toes are going to come back to that neutral but center position. So the toes are touching, knees are touching. We're going to be doing some standing like this. If this is not comfortable for you, I recommend taking a pillow, placing it between the knees or folding it up between the knees. Gives you a little something to grip to engage your inner thigh muscles. All right, so arms back, roll the thumbs back, open the shoulder joint. We're going to inhale, exhale it all the way out. And on the inhale, stand up. Take your time. Make sure to keep the inner thighs gently toning to center. And exhale. Sit the butt back. Drop your weight into your heels. Sit your butt way back as you come down. Inhale up. Exhale, slowly sitting back. Take your time. Feel your core engage as you do these poses. Your legs might be a little fatigued from the other poses we've done, but we are using different sets of muscles. Except for those big quadriceps, they can handle it. Take your time, squeezing to center. Arms can be in whatever variation feels good to you. Notice if you favor one side or the other. Make sure that you're coming right down that center line of the body. Let's all do this together. So inhale the arms up, and then exhale. Start with the hands coming down through the center line of the heart. Come all the way down between the knees as you come down. That's going to help you track that center line. Notice if you're leaning out to one side or the other. Pay attention to those subtle movements. Feel strong and balanced. 2 more. Last one. Let's point the so all right. Interlace the fingers. Pointer fingers point. Give me that Charlie's Angels gun. We're going to bring the arms up overhead and then soften the shoulders down from the ears. Even though the arms are reaching back and it's wanting to lift the floating ribs, engage this part of the body to pull those ribs back down and in. So we're going to take a deep breath. On the exhale, slowly sit the butt back. Keep the thighs gently pulling to center. Soften the shoulders. Put a little smile on your face. Bring some movement to the hips. This can be really hard. Sometimes we get so focused that we hold our breath and we get really tense. So this is a nice little reminder to smile, breathe through it, move through it. Coming back to center, we're going to sit in a little bit deeper. Feel those quads really starting to warm up. We're going to work it out. Side to side, gentle swing of the hips. See how free your hips are when they're in this position. Try to keep those arms back in line with your ears. They're going to want to come forward. Let's sit in a little bit deeper. Sit in as deep as you feel comfortable. Bring those arms up, engage your upper back. Let's move. Should feel a lot of heat. Come back to center. Take one more deep breath. And exhale. Let your butt come all the way down to your seat. Good job. All right, so we're going to do one little spinal twist before we get up. So plant your left foot, cross the right leg over left. If your knees do not comfortably cross, for whatever reason, cross your ankles. No big deal. You can also take a block, place it over on this side of the foot, give you a little bit more height. So go ahead and cross the ankles, sit up nice and tall. I want you guys to fully engage from your core for this. So we're going to bring the arms out. Take a deep breath. Notice my shoulders, how they want to lift. Soften the shoulders down. In fact, let's go palms up to really get those shoulders down. Drop the elbows in. Kind of like I don't know what this is, like Persian dancer or something. All right, so we're going to take a deep breath. On the exhale, we're going to twist out to the right side. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, twist out to the right side. Keep those shoulders down. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist out. Inhale to center. Legs and core are engaged. So you want to be squeezing those leg muscles together. Inner thighs are gripping each other. Take a deep breath and exhale, twist in. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist in. Make sure both butt bones are connecting with your seat. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Nice deep breath. Exhale in and hold it. Hold it. Not your breath, just your body. Keep the shoulders down. We're looking over the right shoulder, gazing past the right middle finger. Stay with it. Keep your butt bones grounding down. Squeeze your core muscles, tone to center, and extend out through those fingertips, driving your energy out from the body. One more deep breath. Exhale into the pose and inhale back to center. Move it out. Good. So since we're already in this position, I wasn't going to include this in today's class, but it just feels so good. So we're going to bring the fingertips over that front right knee. We're going to point the tailbone back, lift the heart, and on the exhale, just draw the heart forward and down. Take your time. On the next inhale, press away, come all the way back up and uncross. So same thing, ankle under the knee, gonna bring that left leg up and over. Notice how it kind of pulls my leg across. Make sure that your knee is directly above your standing ankle. So my right ankle should be directly underneath the knee. Sitting up nice and tall, arms out. You can take whatever arm variation feels good to you. So in fact, let's try a different arm variation. We're going to interlace the fingers. This doesn't feel good, do a different one. Bring the hands behind the head. So we're engaging the thigh muscles, squeezing to center, core is engaged, pelvic floor is lifting. All right, so we're going to take a deep breath. On the exhale, twist out to the left side, looking over that left shoulder. Inhale back to center. See if you can look between the gap in your left arm. Exhale, squeeze it out. Inhale to center. Exhale, squeeze it out. Inhale to center. Keep those elbows back. Upper back is engaged. Shoulder blades are toning, pulling to center. Couple more. 2 more. 1 more. Exhale, squeeze it in tight. Hold it and breathe. Let's release the hands. Reach the arms out. Keep the shoulders down from your ears. Gazing over your left middle finger. Stay with it. Lifting up through the top of your head. Decompressing the spine. 1 more deep breath. Exhale into the pose. Inhale back to center. And move it out. See what feels right for you. Hands come forward onto that front knee. Take a deep breath. Lifting the heart, slowly pull the heart forward all the way down in. Just take a deep breath here. On the next inhale, press away. Come on back up and uncross your legs. All right, let's stand up. So I'm going to flip my chair around so that you guys can see me. So I want everybody facing their chair for this part of the class. And if you're using a block at home, that's fine. Also, if your back doesn't allow you to bend in this far, then just use the back of your chair, okay? So we are going to do some warrior 3-ish poses. All right, so let's splay the left toes nice and wide to really create a good foundation. We're going to inhale that right knee up, and as you exhale, kick that foot back and drop your hands onto your chair. Kick it back. Good. Inhale, bring that knee back up in, lift the hands overhead. Exhale, kick that leg back. Inhale up. Try to keep the hips level in all points of this pose. When you drop in like this, you'll notice it might want to lift up or it might want to sink down. Lift it, keep it at equal height with the left hip. On the next inhale, lift up. If you feel a little wobbly, that's okay. We're building a foundation. Stay with it. Now I'm looking up towards the screen just to make sure my alignment is okay, but I would rather that you tuck the chin and lengthen out through the top of the head. Inhale up. Exhale in. So from here, we're going to hold this warrior. Arms can come into whatever position feels comfortable to you. If it feels safe to keep your hands on your chair, go for it. If you can bring your arms out, great. You want to bring them forward and really engage your lower back, the back of the thighs. Stay there. If you want to challenge yourself while using your chair, maybe bring a fingertip to touch your chair. There should be a lot of hip engagement. It's going to be warm, might be a little hot. Stay with it. One more deep breath. On the next inhale, lift back up and exhale. Bring it to center. Good. Same thing on the other side. So let's splay the right toes. Nice, good, balanced foundation, broad foundation. Inhale, that left knee lifts as hands come overhead. Exhale, bend from the hips as you pivot, kick that leg up. Notice how my left hip, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll turn slightly. My left hip wants to kind of lift a little bit more than my right. So I have to draw my right hip crease in, and if I flex my toes in the back, I have to kind of pull them down. You don't want them out to the side. You want to pull it down so that it's a nice, strong alignment. So let's do this together. Inhale up. Exhale, kick it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick it back. Inhale up. Exhale, kick it back and hold it. Hold it. Same thing on this side. So arms can be in whatever variation feels good to you. Straighten out the back of your neck. Doesn't have to be straight, but it needs to be long. So reaching out through the top of the head. Keep that left leg extended long behind you. Lifting up. Well, not as high as you can, but try to make it flat in line with your head. Arms can be in whatever variation feels good to you. Arms can be out or forward. You can rest your arms on the back of your chair if that feels good. Stay with it. Engage your core and breathe. If you're a little wobbly, that's okay. Just go right back into the pose. One more deep breath. Exhale, bring that foot down. Inhale to lift. And exhale through the heart. Good. Move the hips out a little bit. Give it a little slap if you need to. Everyone needs a little slap on their booty sometimes. All right. So I'm moving my chair out of the way. And you guys can do whatever feels right to you. Okay, so let's see what we got on time. Okay, so we're going to extend the left foot forward, the right foot back. Make sure that your hips, your feet and your hips are on railroad tracks. So both of my hips, if I put my hands on my hips, they're facing forward down the long end of my mat towards the short end of my mat. And my feet are in line with them, okay? Now let's see, maybe I can, there we go. I can tweak it a little bit to make it even better. So make this as balanced and as aligned as possible. All right, so we're going to inhale, dropping the weight into that back heel. Inhale the arms up and back. Keep the front big toe grounded. Keep the heel down in the front. On the exhale, drop your weight into your front leg. Come up onto the back toes. Arms come back. Inhale, drop the back heel. Lift the arms up and back. Exhale, come onto the back toes, pulling those shoulders back from your ears. Inhale and exhale. Same thing. Try not to bend in that front knee too much. We're engaging the ankles, strong and supported. Lift up through the inner arch. Inhale back. Exhale. Come up onto the back toes. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Last one. Inhale it up. Exhale it forward. And switch sides. Good. Plant the right foot. Step the left foot back. Make sure they're on railroad tracks. If I didn't communicate that well enough before, if your feet are in line with each other, you're going to be really having a very unbalanced time. So make sure that there's a little gap between your feet, 3 to 6 inches between your feet, and your feet are on railroad tracks. So I'm trying to see myself in this little image, and it looks like they're pretty good. So my hips are facing forward. The one thing I could do differently is I could pull that hip crease back a little bit, and that's going to allow me to kind of lift this hip up a little. So notice how this one wants to lift. I got to kind of pull it down in, get that good alignment. All right. So we're going to Inhale the arms up and back. Keep the front big toe grounded. And then exhale, let the back heel lift. Come onto the back toes. Inhale, back. Exhale, come onto the toes. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more. Two more. Last one. Nice deep inhale. Exhale forward. Let the back toes come up. Heel comes up, I mean. And then exhale. Come back to center. Move it out. Do whatever you got to do to make it feel good. Good. All right. So you can use your chair for this next one. I'm going to demonstrate. So coming to the back of your chair, we're going to bring the toes together. And we're going to lift the heels up. So come up high into your toes. You're going to feel your calf muscles really engage. And then we're just going to sit the butt down a little bit. So stay here for a couple seconds. If it's available, try reaching one arm up. Try not to white knuckle your chair. Maybe touch it with one finger. Keep the heels from getting too wonky. Keep them in line with your toes. Stay strong through the arches. If it's available, try bringing your other arm up with you. Both hands are lifted overhead. Stay strong. Keep the pelvic floor lifted. Notice how the ankles want to get a little wiggly. Keep rooting down to the balls of your toes, lifting up through your head. Take one more deep breath and exhale. Bring the heels down. Shake it out. Shake it out. Good. All right. Let's sit back down. So coming back to your seated position, neutral seated position. Take a deep breath. First, we're going to open the legs out to the outer edges of your mat if you're using one, so about a foot and a half apart. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, bring that left foot in. Just pull it up in. If it doesn't feel good on your knee, don't lift it quite so high. Inhale up. Exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale up. Again, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Inhale and exhale. Make sure your butt bones are grounding you down, spine is long. Couple more. And then one last deep inhale and bring it back to center. So we're going to let the legs really splay wide for this final kind of resting pose. So bring your butt bones to the front of your seat if that feels comfortable. Again, this is the end of the practice, so if you want, you can come all the way back and just relax at the back of your seat. That's nice too. But whatever the case, widen the legs out and let the knees splay wide, okay? We're going to let the hands rest in the lap or on the thighs. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. With 1 minute of class remaining, I want you to use this minute to really integrate your practice. Think about what you've learned in your body. Maybe there are weaknesses that you can build back up and become stronger in. Maybe there are expectations you're placing on yourself that you need to get rid of so you're not disappointed, because all disappointment comes from expectations. So if you're attached to a feeling of I should be able to do this and you can't do it, well, then you're going to be pretty bummed. So let's take a couple more deep breaths, just appreciating all the things we've learned and how you're feeling now, comparing how you feel now to how you felt at the beginning of class. Close your eyes, soften into your breath, not trying to control anything. If your mind begins to wander, bring it back to your breath. Now, I encourage you guys to sit here and just Softly rest in this pose as long as you want. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, you guys. If you guys are enjoying these classes, please give me a thumbs up for the class. Share it with your friends, subscribe, and feel free to donate. Have a great day. Blessings.